know. But I spent my day fixing my radio. Yay, because that thing doesn't work when I got like this fork stuck in there so it doesn't wobble too much. Maybe it'll work for a little while. I don't know. But going back and forth to Cape May is going to be a problem if I don't have a radio. So, there's that. I spent most of the afternoon in the Wawa parking lot, and actually, I'm going to get out and show that to you because that's the location. We're in Dorchester here. Some people call it Campbell's, and other people don't. Sorry, I was thirsty. As always, guys, if there's any problems with my audio or video, just let me know. I can't do much about cell phone reception, but I can try. But so anybody on their way down to the shore will know how the cheesesteaks here are. This is where I'm at. The Wawa in Dorchester is across the street. Now I'm going to flip this around because there's people and I don't know how people are. Hey, I got a watcher. Hi. That might work. Yeah, I need to place an order. I heard you guys have some awesome cheesesteaks, so I want to get an awesome cheesesteak. Okay, what would you like on it? Mushrooms, onions, peppers, like green peppers. Green peppers? And, you want raw onions or fried? Fried. Okay. And mayo and ketchup. Okay. That'd be it. All right, it's $8.50, please. All right. It's a reasonable deal. I'm doing actually a live stream. I do a series where I try to get cheesesteaks in different places, but I don't show people's faces on camera. Oh, okay. But the idea is so that if someone's traveling through here, they know what they're getting. And I've eaten here before. I like your pastelillos, but yeah, they're pretty popular. I've never had a cheesesteak, so it is what it is. Would you like a receipt? No, I'm okay. About how long? About 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes? Oh, yep, can you please sign the bottom? Sure. Would you like a receipt? No, I'm okay. Yep. Thank you, I'll let you know as soon as it's ready. All right, I'll probably be outside. All right. A little cramped. 15 minutes. $8.50 for a cheesesteak isn't all that bad. It's still a little weird about being on camera around other people because I don't know how other people are, but I have my screen's got like tape stuck on it from where I had to keep taping it to get it to work. So I don't know who's watching, but somebody's watching. Hi, somebody. Hopefully they will hook me up with a decent cheesesteak. I'm not overly hungry today. I had some Taco Bell for lunch, so I'm not like starving because I thought I was going to have to do some work on my grandma's lawn, but the lawnmower didn't work, so it didn't happen. It's supposed to rain today in the evening somewhere. Actually, everything that I was supposed to do didn't happen today, and sadly, none of that stuff can happen tomorrow because I have other plans for tomorrow. Now, after I leave here, I'm going to go check out my buddy E-Rock, who hopefully will have his own YouTube channel soon. I can promote him. But I don't get any cell phone service there. So whenever I end this after we get done, if we don't have any interaction, I'm not going to go any further than actually eating the cheesesteak. But if for some reason the signal drops or whatever, last time I was doing the quest, the YouTube crashed on me. I had to restart my phone. It wouldn't let me restart it. So if that does happen, I will be back as soon as I can fix the problem. It's just not. It's not always the easiest thing. Oh, thanks for the like. Awesome. Um, this place is fairly cool. I like that. Across the street I can get Wi-Fi, and over here they have decent values on food. I've eaten their pastelillos before. They're cheap. They're good pastelillos. Better than the ones that you're going to get in Millville, but not necessarily better than the ones you're going to get in Vineland. Yes, Vineland with a B, because Vineland is full of the Latin community, and the Latin community makes a pastelillos. Not that I couldn't make a pastelillo, but don't tend to. I don't think they would sell very well out of a van. Free Pastelios. No, I'm better off with candy, right? Or puppies, or you know, kisses. So, other than, like I didn't actually work on my grandma's lawnmower. Well, I did. I took the spark plug out. It needs a new spark plug. I think. I hope. And I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I got a second viewer. Yay, two. What's going on? Um, I'm gonna have to replace the spark plug, and hopefully that's all the problem is. I'm probably gonna put an octane booster into the tank because that wouldn't be a bad idea. Because I'm using gas from last year, maybe even the year before. But I know I got super last time I filled it up, so it might still be good. It might not be. I don't know. But it was left empty, so it didn't like have bad. Oh, awesome, man! Yeah, I post a video every day. I remember you. I remember when you told me you subscribed. And are you coming back to the Princeton this year? Because I'll be at the Whitebriar again. We actually have a meeting next week that I have to go to. Um, so I'm looking forward to because the extra money is always useful. Yeah, awesome. So I can check you out then. I did check out a couple of your videos. Honestly, I don't spend too much time watching YouTube. I spend more time doing my own life and doing my own videos because, well, we both know that takes a lot of time. And now that I'm posting every day, that takes a lot of my time on top of, having a life outside of YouTube, which, well, my life isn't too much outside of YouTube because I try to post almost everything that I do except for, the other people involved. So if I'm around other people, I don't do that. But for the most part, YouTube takes my time. Um, but I did actually check out your channel. I think you're doing I want to say it was like dumpster diving or something like that. And I actually did some of that myself over the winter, but I didn't find anything that was worthwhile. Um, but I was diving into the dumpsters around Christmas time, trying to get some of the stuff like right after Christmas when like they throw away the stuff that doesn't sell. Some of that stuff is worthwhile. I got some things that were okay, but nothing that was really worth posting. But I was actually doing some trash picking in Sea Isle last night. I got a couple chairs and a cedar chest and a bicycle and there's some pretty cool stuff. But again, I didn't post it because I was with somebody. Um, yeah, awesome, man. I try to keep up, but I try to be as entertaining as possible. I have recently started to do the live stream thing, and I like the live stream because I get more watch time and audience interaction. And that's something that I started after YouTube changed the parameters on what you can do to monetize because I really want to be able to monetize again by the end of the year. Well, that means picking up 750 subscribers, which is 3 times the amount of subscribers I have right now. But I did get 3 new subs today. And, if you're new here, click that subscribe button. I post videos every day. They're all about all kinds of different topics from camping to kayaking. Tomorrow I have a video that's going to show how I got the kayak on top of the van because the rig that I had before didn't work. And if we look at it, let me actually get out. Oh, those people had a scratch on the side of their car. Turn that around. I got it up there so it doesn't move anymore, and it's actually a much more involved procedure, but I decided to put it in the middle this time. So it kind of looks like a mohawk on top of the van, which is cool. Um, and I like that it doesn't move, but the mohawk on top of the van makes it so I can't go through the bank drive-through anymore. So, that's, you know, maybe not such a great thing, but I can always park and use the ATM. So I'm not really that worried about it. One in the bank drive-through doesn't accept checks anyway, so that's not necessarily as good. Um, been live streaming for 9 minutes, so I probably got another 4 or 5 minutes before I can actually um, go in there and get my food, which I am excited to see what I get. I try to tell everybody that I'm doing a live stream and it might promote their business a little bit. Usually, like if it's just a girl at the counter, she doesn't really give a shit. Although the one at Rosenhain Deli, she did seem to care. She didn't charge me for the mushrooms, but that one was $10.50 for a 12-inch cheesesteak. We'll see what this one is. It was $8.50, but I don't know how big it is. It didn't say. And like I said, my boy threw it out to me. He watched the videos. He said that this is a place to check out. So since I'm here anyway, I figure I'll check it out and see how it goes. I want to give an update to the Rosenhain Deli one. I don't know why the second part of that was taken down. I didn't do it. It just YouTube deletes them sometimes, and I didn't get a chance to download it. So if I re-edit that, which I do expect to be re-editing these, but it hasn't happened yet because it's just a lot of times I do a live stream instead of doing an upload, just so I have something every day, and if I do an edited video, that gives me a day off where I don't have to worry about uploading, which we're doing a live stream or something that gives me days off. So if I got into the habit of posting 2 videos every day, it wouldn't necessarily happen. But I'm not against doing a second video sometimes. If I have an uploaded video already, I might still do a live stream if I'm doing something cool that I didn't know I was going to. But yeah, the other thing with the Rosenhain Deli was that well, about an hour after I ended the live stream, my stomach was all jacked up. Now, I can't blame the Rosenhain Deli entirely because I didn't eat anything that whole day. I hadn't ate anything since breakfast the prior morning. And I chugged a whole 2 liter that may have been sitting on the shelf for 8 months or whatever in about 30 minutes. So any number of things could have done it, but I blew up this van for about an hour and a half. It was horrible, and I damn near filled the bag in the bucket that's back there. That bucket. Um, the park closed while I was there. Thankfully, they didn't lock me in. That would have been horrible. I would have broke the gate to get out, though. Um, but yeah, it was. I don't know that it was the cheesesteak, but it was the cheesesteak that came out. So I just want to give everybody a warning. I know that not everybody has the same stomach issues that I do. So, but it's a hit or a miss. The Jersey Jerry's didn't do that to me. Birch Deli didn't do that to me, but Rosenhain Deli did. So we'll see what Papa Luigi's does. The only trouble for me is if I'm risking that. I'm risking pooping myself to eat a cheesesteak on YouTube now, and I can't post. I can't be. Well, I could probably live stream while I'm pooping, but I just have to make sure you guys don't see me, doing the whole sitting down thing. And I don't think anybody really wants to watch that, but maybe I don't know. Some people are weird, but I don't think that you people are weird. And I don't mean anything by you people. But it's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna walk inside and see if they're ready for me. I'm hoping that the clouds will hang out. Oh, I got a third viewer. Yay! Can everybody give me a like? Woohoo! I love you people. I don't mean anything by you people, though. What do you mean, you people? That's a meme that I haven't even used yet. Seems like it. But we can look around a little bit. I got some tables here. I like a restaurant where you can see the kitchen. I'm not happy with a restaurant where you can't see the kitchen because you can't tell if it's clean or not. And that can be a problem. Oh, she's holding it out for me and I'm busy talking to myself. Thank you. All right, back to the van. Woohoo, I'm up to 4 viewers. That might be a personal record. Switch this around. And that is the size of this thing, which, I don't know, 850, it feels like it's probably only a 6-inch. But, oh, I got 5 viewers. That's amazing. Yeah. I didn't hear that. Oh, no. You're going to have to comment for me to know what you said. But, let's see. Oh, I fell out of the van. Let's see what this comes down to. They said something about putting horse for a cheesesteak. But if you don't comment and let me know what that was, I didn't really hear you. I'm deaf in my right ear, and I'm not really paying attention to the world around me because I'm doing this. But I can check out somewhere in Port Norris. Thankfully, I have a mobile restroom. Oh, that's not too bad. Look at that. They cut it in half. But I think... oh, yeah. I always put mayo on my cheesesteaks. That looks pretty good. Cut it in half. fit in the box. It's nice and hot and steamy. It is. Hey man, you can get your cheesesteak however you want, but I always get mayo on the cheesesteak. It's got a lot of meat. It's a little hot to be digging in there, but it kind of overflowed into the box. Yeah, the meat does look good. I get the same thing on every cheesesteak. It might not be what you like, but it's what I like. And I'm the one that's eating it, so that matters. But I get the same thing. That way I don't have, I can compare what their quality of toppings is, but, it's not like I'm like, well, you know, this place gave me different things. So I try to always get the same thing. All right, let's see how eating this goes. It might go well, it might not. Pretty good meat. Got a lot of toppings in it too. Oh, I got some stuff in my beard. I got some paper towels down here. Try not to be too messy of an eater on camera, but I am a messy eater. Now I'm up to 5 viewers, but only 3 of you liked it. But maybe you don't like me, I understand. Not everyone does. But most people do, as it seems. See if I can manage to get any of this in my mouth. I'm not going to not get mayo. Just because you don't like it, you're not eating it. They didn't put much ketchup on here, though. That's pretty good. Nice chunky onions. Only took them about 10 minutes to make it. $8.50. I like fries, but without the second person to help me eat it, I'm not doing the fries. Because they can be a hit or a miss, and sometimes, like, if I overstuff myself, I'll spend the night on the bucket, and there goes all my energy, so I wouldn't be doing anything else. But for $8.50, I really can't complain about this. I guess because they're competing with Wawa, right? You can get a 6-inch for $5 at Wawa. Actually, I think you can get a 10-inch. It's falling off the bun. Yeah, when I had the girl to share it with, then I um got the cheese fries. That way, we could sample the both of them. But I might start doing a second quest after I start doing the White Briar thing again. I had that extra money where I'll do quest for the best Mexican food. Because I had some ideas on where I can get the best Mexican food, but that doesn't mean that it is. And there's Mexican places everywhere because there's Mexicans everywhere. And actually, I think there were Mexicans in there that made this cheesesteak, which is interesting when Mexicans run an Italian restaurant called Papa Luigi's. Woohoo, 6. Yeah, well, that's what you might have missed it because I was in there. It was right when I was picking up the food, but I tried to show it a little bit while there's nobody in the kitchen. But I don't like eating in places where I can't see the kitchen. So it's preferable for me to be able to see the kitchen. However, the place that we went on High Street, the I think it was called Guacamole. You couldn't see their kitchen. That was actually really good food, and the serving portion size wasn't bad. It was like $20 for a platter, but I could actually fill up on a $20 platter. Where in an average restaurant, I need like a $30 platter at like um, Red Lobster or something. I don't even eat at Applebee's because they can't fill me up. I'd have to get like 4 or 5 platters. I don't know. See how my stomach does with this. I made sure that I ate today. I was a chef at Red Lobster. It's a glorified mix. Yeah, I'm aware of that. This stuff's all pre-made and whatnot. I'm just using it as a overall blanket so people get an idea, like serving sizes and you know, how much I can eat. Not because it's like my favorite place to go, because I haven't really, quested there, have I? I go there occasionally with my mother because she gets gift cards for Christmas from her job, and she doesn't have anybody to go with. That's good to know. I used to live with people who worked at the Texas Roadhouse. All that stuff's pre-made. I dated a girl who was a bartender at Longhorn. All their stuff's pre-made. They're higher quality. Oh, sorry about that, guys. They're higher quality, but it's still pre-made. I worked at Domino's for 4 years. They get their stuff shipped in, and the dough's pre-made, but they make all their stuff. Well, like the sauce is pre-made, but they assemble it all. It's not like Little Caesars, but I'm fairly sure Little Caesars is Domino's old recipe because it sure as hell tastes like cardboard to me. Hmm. The one thing. Oh, hold on, I'm choking. That's why everybody likes to watch me eat on YouTube, right? Because I might like choke on my cheesesteak, and there's nobody here to give me a Heimlich. Watch me die. God, I hope not. The only thing I don't like about Outback is that they're not local. And if I'm going to drive out of my like local area, they're not in Cape May and they're not in Cumberland. So if I'm going to drive out of the 2 counties that I frequent to eat, I don't want to eat in a chain store. Now, chain store is a lot of times safer than going to Papa Luigi's to get yourself a cheesesteak. But, and that's only because the chain stores are held to a higher standard as far as usually what inspections are concerned. Because a chain store, if it's a nationwide chain especially, is held to a higher standard than whatever the highest standard state is as far as health inspections are concerned. That way they never have to worry about that. And for most of those businesses, the inspection from the business itself is much more strict than what the city is going to be because the city, most of your mom and pop shops stay in business because they pay for it instead of getting their infestation taken care of. They'll pay the inspector. So if you're out of town and you're somewhere like, where there's a Domino's, Domino's is going to be just the same quality as you're going to get at home. Whereas, you know, the local pizzeria, they might be better, but you don't know that. And that's why I like to actually walk in and check it out. Even if I'm planning on order and delivery, I will walk in and check it out, see if I can see the kitchen, see how clean they are. And I like to see how busy they are because if they're really busy, that usually means they're pretty good. Not it doesn't mean that their quality is good, but it does mean that they're not overly dirty because if they were really a lot of people would have messed up stomachs and then, if everybody was like pooping their brains out, they wouldn't keep eating there. It's not always worth it. It can't be that good. Like Gino's in Philadelphia, their cheesesteak was one of the worst I've ever had, but I'm gonna end up doing a quest there because Arby's around here is not worth it. I'm gonna end up doing a quest at Gino's and probably Pat's, both in Philadelphia, because I want to show their quality and compare them to the rest of the series. But honestly, I went there and I was disappointed. It was like $20 for a 6-inch cheesesteak, and the quality of steak was junk, and they charged like $2 per topping, and they hardly gave you any toppings. It wasn't very good. But on the up hand, it didn't mess up my stomach, which is kind of a bonus. There's a place right off of South Street. Forget the name. It's supposed to be one of the famous ones. It tasted pre-packed. Yeah, a lot of those probably do, and I think they get a reputation based on the fact that people are in Philadelphia and they get a cheesesteak, so they just say it's good when it's really not. And I'm not going to tell you it's a lie. This is actually a tasty cheesesteak. Now, what it's going to do to me is another story, but I'll let you know in a later video if it's not something that happens while I'm filming or if I don't have to end the stream because of it. I prefer to end the stream because my phone dies than end the stream because I'm about to explode. It's preferable that way. I can't see because there's a message in the way. The lighting's not very good either. But see, that's got quite a bit of steak in it. The bun is fresh, which that's a big thing for me. If you can't have fresh bread, you can't have a good cheesesteak. But you have to have good everything to have a good cheesesteak. And so far, this one's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best. It doesn't have the most meat on it. The value isn't, you know, it's good. And if you're in the area, I definitely get it. The value's there. But it is still worth taking a half-hour trip out to Bridgeton to get a cheesesteak from Bridgeton Deli Mart because it's $12, it's 2 feet long, and there's more than twice as much meat on their sandwich. And it's the same quality meat, tastes about the same, good. Well, they do hook you up on toppings, but they charge you a little bit more for some of the toppings, like $2 for green peppers, and I like green peppers on my sandwich. I am messy today. There's meat everywhere. Bacon and pepperoni cheesesteak. I like bacon on my cheesesteak. Some of the homemade ones are best. My buddy Fred makes a cheesesteak where he actually blends the cheesesteak meat with bacon, and it's like 50-50. It's amazing. But I can't do the quest for the greatest cheesesteak because while you guys might enjoy seeing what cheesesteak I get, you guys can't go there and get one yourself. So the value scale isn't there. And it sounds like next week I'm going to Port Norris to see what their cheesesteak looks like. Trying to keep the lighting right while I eat. I hope my radio works for a period of time. It's getting a little bit rhetorical having to fix it all the time. Down to three of us. I want to give a big shout out to Bunker Radio. He's going to comment in his chat, in the chat, and put the link. And then after the video is over, he's going to comment on the video after it processes and put the link to um, his playlist. He plays a lot of heavy metal and some rock. It's worth checking out. It's worth playing and streaming while you're in the car, especially if you do the Bluetooth thing. I do, but I get spots of bad data in between Cape May and Millville, so that doesn't always work. But I keep plenty of songs on my phone too. Now, hold on. It's a big chunk. And a big load of meat in my mouth. Some mayo dripping off my lip. Now, from what I understand, Purple Bazooka's YouTube channel is Bunker Radio. And like I said, he's going to put the link into the chat, right? You're going to do that. And then he's going to comment it, or and I'll take that and put it in the description. It will be in the description of every video once I actually get my laptop online and do that. But I haven't had time. Last night I passed out while I was doing my upload for tomorrow, which, like I said, is the how I put the kayak on top of the van, the project that I did for that. Don't think I'm going to have a live stream tomorrow, but like I said, it might happen based on what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is probably get my willy wet. And I can't put that on YouTube. So, is what it is. Can't say that nobody will watch that because the porn industry is huge. Oh. Also, I got a bunch of new memes coming. I started using Star Wars in my last edited video, which I think was yesterday, the Nasty. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, it's a remake of a previous video, but this time I don't have Google Glass anymore, so I turned the camera around, I told the story in front of you, and I put some memes into it. Apparently some good ones. I've been getting good reviews on that. But I also spent a lot of time yesterday ripping apart Matrix. So I've been using those a little bit. There's a lot of meat and toppings that like fell off my cheesesteak. Now, there's also a gas station here. They're right across the street from Wawa. It's a Citgo. Oh, it's a Citgo. And if you're paying with cash, I say go for it. But I don't necessarily trust gas stations that aren't big chains with a card. Now, but Citgo is fairly decent gas. And from my understanding, if you're in South Jersey and you're not getting it from Wawa, which I don't recommend getting Wawa gas anytime, is not really good for you. I do it. Don't get me wrong. I drive a gas guzzler, and they're the only 24-hour gas station in a lot of the towns that I'm in. So it happens. But I don't recommend doing it if you care about your car and you can afford not to. But if you're not getting gas from Wawa, you're getting it from Briggins. And Briggins is much better gas. So it is my understanding that they get their gas through Briggins. It is possible that they have another connection, but I haven't ran into that. In South Jersey, anywhere that you see 93 octane, that's Briggins gas. And that's South Jersey as far as Cumberland, Salem, and Cape May County. You get further north than that, then maybe not. They haven't really got into Gloucester County or Atlantic County yet. So I think there are a couple in Atlantic County, but that doesn't mean that everything is. But Sunoco, Mobile, and Shell gas, all great gas, but most of it's through rigging, so you're going to get the same gas there. So they're always like 6 cents cheaper than the Wawa, is my point. And you come in here and get your gas and save yourself a couple bucks. Not that 6 cents makes a big difference, but 6 cents does make a big difference if you're like me. I filled up my gas tank today, but I've been putting like $20 a day into it to get there. And so filling it up today was like 30 bucks. And well, it's a 35-gallon tank. So if I go from empty to full, that could cost me 100 bucks. Saving 6 cents to the gallon in a 35-gallon tank could be, well, what, $2. But $2 makes a difference to me, especially if you're talking about $2 that you're saving every week. $2 times 52 is going to, save you $104 over the course of the year. Or, if you're saving $2, yeah, I would say I spend about a tank a week, and I'll probably spend more when I'm going back and forth to Cape May. But I expect to be staying in Avalon this year, and you guys can look forward to a Jersey Shore Town review. Since I'll be staying in Avalon, it'll be a good spot for me to, move around and do that stuff. Be able to fly the drone on the beach, and I think that'll be interesting. I can get out on the beaches when nobody else is out there. Hopefully, and it's not windy. It's been really windy lately, so it's been hard to fly. Realistically, I'm not supposed to fly anywhere around here, but I don't care. It's supposed to be nowhere near an airport, nowhere near a prison, nowhere near the police department, not inside of any national park. I don't know about state parks yet, but I'm not going to ask the park ranger either. I'm just going to do it. And if I got a ticket for it, then I do. But there's a better chance that he doesn't know and he won't see me doing it. So rather than, antagonizing and getting caught because, he says I can't do it, I'll just do it secretly. I barely fly over the tree line anyway, so I don't see it being a big deal. Maybe I'll do a quest for the best food in Avalon. I'm going to have to make more money for that because Avalon. But I really want to compare the Princeton and the Whitebriar. I'm under the impression the Whitebriar is better, but it's all the same family, so it could be the same food, and people are just preferring one or the other. I want to dig out my mermaid painting and give it to John. See if he'll hang it in the mermaid, because I don't think it's my best work by far, but I actually think it's better than a lot of the work that he has in there. And that's not me being arrogant. If anything, I'm humble about my artwork. Some of that stuff just isn't that good. And having my name on the side of that club sounds good to me. But maybe he'll hang it in his house. I don't know. It'll be like, one of my bouncers gave me this. He must be such a hard guy. He sits around and does art. I'm almost done. Oh, no, there's like a bug in there. Hold on. Yeah, black thing there. I think it flew in. I think it flew in. I don't. I don't think it was in my food. God, I hope not. I got the window open, right? I don't know what it is. It's a little, like, wormy looking thing. It's like humping. But it's not like interested in being in my food or getting into food. So I think that he probably flew in and I think he's dead now. And just landed in the box coincidentally. I don't see any more in here, right? It's not what that is on my mushroom. No. Okay. Now I gotta like check the sandwich because I got all paranoid because I seen a bug near my food. No, I don't see anything else moving. All right, we're good. He probably just flew in. A little breezy out today. That would definitely be a deal breaker on any cheesesteak. I understand it's good for you, but I'm not down like that. I mean, if I was into that, I would have ate that spider that I found during the house tour live stream. That thing was a monster. It could have filled me up for a week. Could have like cooked the legs. The weird thing, I don't really like crabs for that. I don't mind the crab if it's already like cooked and cleaned. But I don't like looking at the crab because it looks so much like an insect. It's like a giant insect. I don't want to. I don't want to eat them. Same thing with lobsters. Oh, I lost viewers because there was a bug in my food. You would have thought you guys would have liked that. I got one back. Hi. I'm almost done eating. Really, give me a thumbs down for mayonnaise. Boo. You're just not going to hear me order it anymore. I'm back to 3. Welcome back, everybody. I got to visit my mom tonight. I'm done eating. Nobody's talking. So, if you guys aren't going to talk to me and you're just going to watch, I'm going to have to end this. Realistically, I'm going to have to end it kind of soon anyway, but what I got as far as battery life, I'm down on 20%. My stomach's not upset now. I had a little bit of gas, but I had a little gas before I started eating, so I don't think that's the problem. I could, to prevent that, start taking Imodium AD before I start drinking or before I start eating these cheesesteaks, but I don't want to do that because I want to give you guys the heads up. If it messes me up, you should know. I don't want anybody else getting messed up because they want to try something that I did. But Just because it messes me up doesn't mean it's going to mess you up. But I feel a lot better after this cheesesteak than I did after the one in Rosenheim. I am still curious to check out the other deli in Rosenheim because they got cheesesteak advertised and they're right on the corner. I imagine that they're better than the Rosenheim deli, but I don't know. The Rosenheim deli's been there longer, so that could actually be a competition. But that one's not going to be next week. I think next week I'm actually going to check out Port Nars. I'd like to think that they're good, but if they're the only place in Port Nars, they might do good just because they're the only place to go and not have good food. As I've heard about Dino's and sorry about that. As I've heard about Dino's and Cedarville, it's got junk food, but there's nowhere else to go, so people buy it anyway. Which I'm not down for that. I want to expose them if they're junk, and if there's somewhere that's not very far away that you can get a better deal or a better cheesesteak, I want to expose that too. I'm only at 35 watts, so it's not a huge cloud. It could jump it up. It's 0.5 ohm coil. But since nobody's talking and I'm done eating and I'm almost at an hour now anyway, I'm at 47 minutes. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said, if you're new here, click that subscribe button. I do a quest for the best cheesesteak, if not every week, every other week. I post something new every day. I have, tons of series to get into. I have all sorts of contents. I have close to 400 videos now, and there's new ones coming every day. Of course, I want to thank you all. I love my subscribers in a very non-homo way. Last I looked, I had 60% female interaction, which is awesome. Thank you, ladies. I've never had that high of a ratio with females, so I must be doing something right. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Please click on those suggested videos, only if they're mine, because, I don't want you going elsewhere. No, it's okay if you go elsewhere. Just, when you're watching, if you're going to stop watching, watch someone else before you stop. Ooh, that's that root beer, though. See you guys next time.